Welcome to our coaching chat. We are on skill number 2 and of Eric Worre skills. And skill number 2 is finding prospects. So I love this skill. And it's a skill that I feel like I don't care how long we're in the business, we need to continue to focus on it, hone in on it, sharpen our skills. If we don't, our businesses are not going to grow. It just period. And we'll easily slide into management mode where we're just managing our customers and talking to our distributors, but we're not continuing to grow and build wider. And so I want to challenge you guys to continue to sharpen this skill. So here's what, if you can, I know some of you are driving, so if you're driving or so, I don't want to cause any wrecks, but if you are able, I want you to get a piece of paper in front of you right now. And I want you to do horizontally across the top, I want you to write who, what, when, and where, horizontally across the top. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me show you, I want it looking like this. So when it comes to finding prospects, what we're going to do right now is we are going to find some prospects. Now, I personally, my goal for 2020 is I want to bring on 10 new distributors. So this could be finding prospects, it could be customers, or it could be distributors. But for me personally, I really want to focus today on identifying who are the 10 people that I want to start working on right now to bring them on board as my own distributors. So either you can do distributors, customers, or a combination of both. But for me personally, I'm going to fill these 10 slots out with 10 people who I want to start dripping on, or maybe I'm currently in the process of dripping on them, trying to bring them on board. So take a couple minutes and start writing that list down. And then at least get 3 or 4. So if everyone, I'm hoping by now everyone has 3 or 4 people listed, but before the day's out, I want you to have 10 names on that prospect list under that who column. All right, the second column there says what. So this is an easy exercise, who, what, when, where. So what is it that you're gonna say to that person to begin this process? So if I think about, I'm looking at the people who I want to, and I hope someday they come back and watch this training and they hear their name on here, because these are people I want to bring on board as distributors. But somebody who I am just getting to know, I've had dinner with her a couple times. She just moved here from Detroit, and I love her. Fell in love with her the first time I met her. Her name is Kyra. Hope someday, Kyra, you're watching this training. That tells me you're on board, on our team with us. Another gal is Roberta. Kyra came from my husband, works with her husband. We had dinner together. Instantly, I fell in love with her, and I want her to be a part of this mission. My next person is Roberta. Roberta's daughter and my daughter cheered all through high school. I've been inviting her to our monthly events. She hadn't been able to come. She's my second person. And the third person is Tony, the third person is Tony, who I met at the bank the other day. I had to go place a wire and just had a great conversation with Tony, invited him to an event. He couldn't come, but he asked me to let him know for the next event. All right, so that's my first 3 of my 10 that I have identified. So I'm gonna walk through those first 3 people, but you're looking at your people, your first 3 people, and you're gonna work through this exercise with your people. So if I'm thinking about Kyra, what is it that I want to say to Kyra? So Kyra, we've gone to dinner as couples, we've gone to dinner individually, and really spent 4 hours talking about a lot of stuff, but a lot about Juice Plus. I've sent her information. I've exposed her to the Juice Plus product. So what I want to do is get on a Zoom call with her. So my what with her, I've kind of brought her along to the point that it's time for her. She said she's reviewed the information and she's got questions. So what I want to do now, my what for her, is see if I can get a Zoom call with her, find out what her questions are, what triggered those questions, just to see where she is with the Juice Plus product. I also know she's looking for a job since she's just moved here. Want to see if Juice Plus is in the running. Is she willing to jump on board, or is she going to be just a customer? Hopefully, at least a customer. So that's what I'm going to do with Kyra. My goal is a Zoom call. All right, my next one is Roberta. Roberta and I just invited her to events. She knows I do Juice Plus, but I want to get into some great conversations with Roberta. She would be phenomenal at this business. She's very much a workout person. So what with her is I want to see if I can schedule coffee this week with her. Mm-hmm. And then my third person is Tony. I'm going to see, I've got Dr. Paul Williams is speaking in Marietta, which is about an hour away from me. I'm going to see if Tony will go to that event with me. So I'm going to reach out to him this week and see if I can get him to an event to learn about Juice Plus. So there's my who. You want 10 who. You want what's your next step with them. And then the third thing is, when am I going to do it? All 10 of these people, I'm going to get it done. My goal is to get it done this week. This is my plan this week for these 10 people, this hot hands group of people, whether they're prospect customers or prospect distributors. When am I going to do that? And I'm going to write the day of the week that I'm going to reach out in some way and make a plan with these people. And I want you guys to do it too. What day are you reaching out to that person? And hold yourself accountable to it. So that's 2 people a day. And then where are we going to meet up? You know, and be specific on if we're going to meet up on Zoom, if we're going to meet up in the coffee shop, if we're going to meet up at an event, if we're going to meet up on a conference call, where are you going to meet them? You know, and sometimes this where category, if you look at your calendar, you're going to pick up some more people based on where you're going to go this week. So sometimes I'll get me a game plan. I may have 2 or 3 people left off. But if I look at my calendar and I think, oh my goodness, I'm going to be here. You know, like tomorrow night, I'm going to a concert with some dear friends of ours who used to be on Juice Plus. So you know what? Now that I've just said that, I'm gonna work on getting them back on board. And I got all tomorrow night with them. So that where category, sometimes if we go to our calendar, it'll bring a couple more prospects on our list. All right. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I can't come up with 10 names. I got you covered. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to take just a minute, and can everybody see that? Is that clear enough for you? I'm going to just read some categories of people. And I guarantee you, as I'm reading these, some names are going to start coming to mind. So when I kind of get stumped on that who category, that who column, I always come back to this list. Because every time I read through this, names start coming to mind. So I think of aunts. So how about relatives, aunts, uncles, in-laws, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandkids, grandparents, nephews, nieces, parents. Anybody's name pop out of your head when I read those off? Yeah. Even after 20 years, I'm thinking of people I need to reach out to. Professionals, here we go. Agriculturalists. Believe it or not, I got someone in that category that just popped into my mind. Antique dealers, art instructors, bank tellers, bottled water suppliers, bus drivers, carpenter, chiropractor, coffee supplier, conservation officer, contractor, Cub Scout leader, dietitian, dry cleaner, electrician, editor, FedEx, UPS, fireman, florist, funeral director. Believe it or not, I got someone in that category. Literally, that just came to mind as I said it. Furniture salesperson, grocery store manager, hairdresser, therapist, notary republic, nurse, office manager, pampered chef rep, pilot, stewardess, chef, speech therapist. Someone just came to mind there. Okay, do you see how quickly names pop in your mind? When anyone ever says, I've run out of people to talk to, I'm here to tell you, no, 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 no. 20 years in, I am here to tell you, you will never run out of people. And that's the beautiful thing about Juice Plus is from womb to tomb, everyone we see is our target market because everyone needs to be on Juice Plus. And so I'm going to go back. Let's go back here to our list. So hopefully right now, you guys have these columns full. Who, what, when, where. If you don't have them full, before you move on for the day, I'm going to challenge you to get all 440 of those little squares filled out. And right there is an incredible game plan for the week. And so right now I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop the recording.